Hi, I'm Dr. Heid Horsley, Executive Director of the Open to Hope Foundation, and I'm here today talking with Dr. Annette, who is a psychologist in private practice and an expert in after-death communications. She has written 2 award-winning books. The first is Will You Dance? And the next is Halfway Across the River, Messages of Hope from the Other Side. Annette, you've spent nearly 20 years working with the dying. During that time, you have seen ample evidence that consciousness survives bodily death. Can you share a story or 2 with us that highlights why you believe that death is a doorway and not an ending?
Absolutely. In my years of working with those at the end of life, I have had hundreds of examples that indicate there is a spiritual reality that transcends physical life. One of my favorite stories about this is in regards to a man named Tom. He's a cancer patient that I was working with, and I was one of his hospice workers. As a teaching tool, I decided to use information about the near-death experience to open that conversation with him. And I started the conversation, and he listened for a few minutes, and he got angry and literally kicked me out of his house. This happened over and over. He would invite me back every week, and every week I would get to tell him a little bit more about the near-death experience, but every week it would kind of end with a bang. So I had told him about the tunnel and the white light and the out-of-body experiences. On this particular day I'm about to reference, I was in line at a fast food restaurant in my car ordering lunch when I was called by our hospice and told Tom appears to be in the dying process and he is screaming your name. He wants you to get over there immediately. When I got there, sure enough, he was in the process of dying. I took his hand and I said, Tom, it's Annette. I'm here. You were asking for me. And he opened his eyes, and with a smirk on his face, he said one sentence to me that to anyone else would have meant absolutely nothing. What he said was, don't you know that Long John Silver's will kill you? That's the fast food restaurant I had been sitting in line at when I got the phone call to come and see him.
Wow.
There was absolutely no way for him to know that if he had not been experiencing an out-of-body experience, the very thing that I had been teaching him about. He didn't say another word, and then he gave me a quick wink, and that was it. Death, obviously, death is a very natural place for us to get to. We are born basically with the destiny to someday die. So it's a natural process. Death itself is a mystery, but dying actually isn't. Dying is a fairly predictable thing. If we begin to teach those at the end of life from the perspective death is natural, at some very guttural level, you know how to do it. As a culture, we push death away. We don't want to learn about it until it's right here. And one of my philosophies is when we push death out here, fear comes in close.
From your many years of companioning those at the end of life, what is the one lesson you continually share?
If I have a mantra, it would be this: live your life near death. In my nearly 20 years of working with those at the end of life, oftentimes it's the phrase, you have 6 months or less to live, that causes someone to step up in their lives and begin living on higher ground.
Thank you very much, Annette.
Thank you.
Great and small, bless your life, but more